Eastern Cape Police have launched a 24-hour extortion hotline in Mthatha. The province has been at the center of extortion allegations following recent intimidation incidents in various parts of the province. Well, 5 men appeared in the Mthatha court yesterday for allegedly extorting community members. Just last week, SAPS was deployed more police in various parts of the province to combat the violence. My colleague Aldrin Sampear is in Mthatha this morning. Aldrin, a good morning to you. Talk to us about having touched down in Mthatha, what it is that you see and what you're hearing from the community. Aldrin, I don't know if you're able to hear me, but talk to us if you are about what it is that you see in the Eastern Cape and Mthatha where you are, and certainly what you're hearing from community members as they raise their concerns around the levels of extortion in the province.
Yeah, it is a major concern in this town, Naledi. Yesterday, for instance, we spoke to one businessman who couldn't speak to us on camera, and speaking about how difficult this issue is and how they have been trying to see whether the police would be able to intervene. But as I indicated a bit earlier on as well, is that the police are also being accused of being part of these extortion gangs or demanding protection fees from residents as well. And even schools like the one that I'm currently in front of. If you can look at this school, this is the Efata School for the Blind and Deaf. This is one of the schools that has also been in the news because of the extortion that has been taking place here in the Eastern Cape. And there will be 5 people as well that were arrested for the incident that has taken place here. But let's quickly bring in now the Provincial Police Commissioner for the Eastern Cape, Nomthetheleli Mene, who's now joining us live. Provincial Commissioner, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us here on the AM report. Since the intervention that was announced last week by the National Police Commissioner, as well as the Police Minister, what can you tell us about what has happened since that moment around extortion? Do you believe that you have this matter under control?
Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers at home. We had the visit of the Minister, as you correctly have alluded, and after that we have received some interventions from the National Head Office coming to assist us in terms of policing in the hotspot areas, being both Mthatha as well as Nelson Mandela Bay. But let me take you through the Mthatha area. With the Mthatha area, the outcry has been the extortion. But our biggest challenge as the police has been the reporting. The outcry out there doesn't talk to the reported cases. There's a reluctance in opening cases. And we understand as the police that the fear factor plays a big role. So we therefore came up with a suggestion, and we have implemented the extortion hotline that we are now using. We're trying to address the situation of trust within the Mthatha community towards the police. So we have created this extortion hotline so that the communities can phone to the hotline and report anonymously if one wishes so. We have launched the hotline on the 23rd, which is the Friday last week. The hotline is manned at the provincial headquarters. In other words, if someone is phoning, it will be answered at the provincial headquarters in Zwelitsha by the experienced members who are part of the team that is investigating these cases. So we are optimistic about the fact that we are going to win the fact of non-reporting of these cases as the police.
Yeah. Well, Commissioner, since the launch of that hotline, how many calls have you received and how many cases have you been able to deal with, and have any of those led to any arrest?
Well, we as I've said, we have received over 30 calls as of last night that were reported. A very positive response, I must say. One of the incidents, the team went out and went to obtain statements because this person said, "Don't come to me because I am afraid." come to me we will be in a meeting, and you come and just converse with us and talk to us. Then we'll be able to give you more information. And we've done that. And that particular case, we are following up a suspect that is outside the province. I'm not going to divulge a lot, but we are really getting to the facts being reported to the police now.
Yeah, so that means that there has been no arrest that has been affected since that extortion line was launched.
There's no arrest as yet. Remember, you need to investigate first, and then you obtain statements, and then you arrest, and you'll bring the perpetrator to justice.
Yeah, and the reason that I'm asking this, Commissioner, is that one of the residents that we spoke to here, we will be speaking to them a bit later on as well, is that when they called the hotline, the police was not responsive. It took a while for the police to come out, and that's a major concern. So already, even with the hotline that has been launched, you have community members that are already even losing confidence in that hotline.
Well, those reports I have not yet received. I will have to follow up on that one, because it is meant, as I've said, at the provincial head office where I'm sitting. So it will be easy to monitor that. I so wish that we could have facts on the date and time when the call was not answered. But I promise you, there will be successes, because it is not like there was nothing done before the hotline, even by the police. We have currently 27 people that are in custody on the few reported cases. So the hotline is definitely going to assist us. But the extortion is something that you have to follow up, because there's money involved. Okay. The person is asking for money. You need to get to also getting to the transactions that have been done. It's a long investigation, but we believe that we are going to win the situation in the Eastern Cape.
Okay, we spoke to the Abatembu King, King Dalingebo, and he doesn't have confidence in the police. He feels that the police has lost control over enforcing law. He says the town has become lawless. He also speaks about politicians being involved in extortion gangs. Do you know anything of that nature, Provincial Police Commissioner, whether politicians are involved in these extortion as well as these extortion rackets, and even police themselves being accused of being part of these gangs?
I won't be able to talk towards the politicians being involved, because I don't know of any politician that is involved in any wrongdoing. Maybe the king might be knowing something that I don't know, but then I can't talk towards that until the king finishes us with a statement that suggests that there's been wrongdoing by any person, because it's not only about the politician, it's about any person. So we will respect the fact that it is the opinion of the king, but as the police commissioner, I do not have any information suggesting any criminality towards any politician. The second part is that I am aware that the king, there's an issue in Tata West where the king is very much concerned about extortion there. We have followed the incident. It's basically two individuals that are collecting money from a specific school where there is a Vodacom tower. We have facts on that. We're just following up. We need to get a statement from the king, and so that we can be able to investigate that situation. But we know about that incident.
Yeah. So, Provincial Police Commissioner, do you know of any police that are involved? Are you investigating that element?
No, the police are investigating. The organized crime unit is investigating the incident. But the involvement of the police, let me touch on the involvement of the police. There's been allegations of involvement of police in wrongdoing. But what I want to say to the community out there are cases that have been reported against the police that I cannot deny. But we have taken steps against those members. We have opened cases against the members. We have facts that have been investigated by IPID. So we're following up on the reported incidents, but we will never be able to comment and follow up and do something if there is nothing reported. We depend on the reporting and the opening of cases. I need to confirm that up until now, from for the financial year, we have members that we have taken steps, over 30, about 30, 38 members that we have taken steps against, not only about extortion, corruption, But there were cases that have been reported against them, most cases being investigated by IPID, where the recommendations were made by IPID, because there's a good relations between my office and IPID. So when we received the recommendations that in this case, Commissioner, you have to take steps, we do that. And if there's the cases in the extremes, we go as far as dismissing the member if it warrants dismissal.
All right. Provincial Police Commissioner there of the Eastern Cape, Nomthetheleli Mene, they're speaking to us about extortion and also some of the interventions. One of the schools that you mentioned, we will be at that school a bit later on, where that cell phone tower is at, and where allegedly the local chief is demanding that he too be paid a portion of the money that goes to the school from the cell phone network provider. We're going to take you to a quick ad break. The AM report continues at the top of the hour.